everyone, and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to backtest the right way. I'll show you one of my playbooks or system that I continue to use today, and as an IRL QA tester myself, I'm going to show you how to do it the professional way. You're going to see the rules, execute it, and you're going to record the data. Now, backtesting is just one step of the way. Then we're going to take the system live with $5 trades, and you'll see exactly if you have a positive expected value for your system. Also, I do use BitMEX for all my trading. When you deposit $25, you get 50 for free. So there's a link in the description. If you'd like, check them out and sign up. Now, let's get to the video. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to TradingView.com and we're going to go to Bitcoin. Now, to do that, you'll simply go over here. You'll type in BTC, for example, USDT.P for perpetuals. So we have our Bitcoin chart over here. Now for these backtests, we're going to need to journal our backtest. So what I have is this backtest journal sheet that I'll drop in the description below. This is how we start journaling. And so it's a simple entry. You'll see an example of the entry here. There are areas where it's an automatic or auto formula, so you do not write in there. Okay, and here I just put an example of Bitcoin, and you'll see your R is automatic. Here you'll see the rules, okay, so your entry rule, your stop loss rule, and your take profit. Also in this journal, you can add other columns by simply right-clicking in Excel, or I think it's the same way with Google Sheets, and insert, and then here you can insert a column. Now that is out of the way. Okay, let's get to it. So the first thing here we're going to want to do is we're going to go to the 5-minute time frame. Okay, so over here on TradingView, you simply click on it and you should have the 5-minute time frame selected. You can also put it in your favorites. Okay, and here, okay, we're going to go to the replay section. Now, in order to get the bar replay section, you will need plus or premium TradingView account, which, you know, it's something that you pay for. However, if you sign up with an email that, you know, basically where you've never used TradingView with, or a new email, let's say, then you can get 1 month free and you can practice how to backtest. And now for the system overview. Okay, now before you start backtesting anything whatsoever, you need a defined system. Here, we're going to define our system. So the asset we're using is Bitcoin, BTC. Okay. Our chart that we're going to be using will be the 5-minute chart. Okay, now we get into the timing, and timing is important. Why? Because crypto trades 24/7, but you don't trade 24/7. Maybe you have a family, maybe you need to sleep, maybe, you know, you need to do other things. So you should choose a time frame for which you will trade. For the purposes of this backtesting system, we're going to do London and New York session. Let's say 3 a.m. New York to about 6 p.m. New York. This is a time slot where I'm able to actually trade. In the Asian session, I'm asleep, so it doesn't make sense for me to backtest the Asian session. My session would be London and New York. Next, we're going to go with the entry rules. Okay. And as you can see here, I've also noted my entry rules on my backtesting sheet. So the entry rules would be first candle after a confirmed MSB, a market structure break, and an inverse fair value gap. I'll actually just copy this here and I'll enter the rules over here. Okay. And I'll also copy the stop loss because it's the same. So my stop loss is going to go below or above depending on what direction my trade is, below the swing high or swing low. After that, we need to have a target or an exit point. So our target will be 2R. So let's say, for example, we are risking $10, okay? We want to make at least $20 in that trade. And there we go. We've defined our system rules. Now, before we backtest and, you know, get into the replay mode, what I would like to do is there are two things, okay, to help you identify inverse fair value gap. There is actually an indicator that you can use. And to do that, we click on indicators and you just type in IFVG, and here it is, inversion fair value gap Lux Algo. So we're going to add that to our chart. Okay. And if you would also like, I've created an MSB or a market break of structure indicator. You're definitely welcome to use it if you feel like it. And it's the MSB BOS break of structure, market structure. All right, so let's add it here just in case. So you have to go into settings over here, okay? And here, show BOS, break of structure, or market structure break. Now let's click on replay. And now when you click on replay, if you move your cursor, okay, here, you can go as far back as you would like. So we are at the point that we like. Now, if you'd like to change that point, all you need to do is click on the select bar and you can even go further. Now let's begin our backtest. The first backtest begins as such. So the first thing I'm looking for is a break of structure. As you can see here, there is a break of structure. I'd like to also show you how to figure out how you find a break of structure. As you can see here, this is a clear downtrend. There is another indicator that actually you can use to see if it's an uptrend or downtrend. Now, it'll be nice to learn it the old-fashioned way. And this is from my mentor, all right, Michael. So he's Professor Michael G from the real world. And this is one of the bands that he has. So all credit to him. It's simply the 12 and the 21 EMA. Now back to how you'd find out if it is a market structure break. Here you can see it's a clear downtrend, okay? I like to mark that. And now in order for that downtrend to change, there must be a market structure break. So here you can see clearly, okay, that this was the last line of the downtrend and now it's going up. So what we do for market structure break is we mark it off something like this. Okay, another way if you want to see this even clearer than here is that you go to the line chart. A lot of people don't use the line chart. Here you can clearly see where the market structure break happened. Okay, it happened right here. So rule number one, okay, first candle after a confirmed MSB. Let's go back to the candle chart. We have our market structure break, and now we're waiting for our next rule, which is an inverse fair value gap. Okay, now here you can see we have an inverse fair value gap here. Okay, but that is not a market structure break. That's not the one we want to see. Now we can move forward one at a time or we can play. All right, so I'm at a 1x. You can replay at a 3x, 10x, whatever. Okay, so here now let's play. Okay, as you can see here, markets. Oh, there we go. On this candle, which is this one right here. Here, let's make it bigger. So this candle right here gave me a inverse fair value gap. So we're going to enter here. Let's say we enter in on this candle. Okay, my stop loss, if you look over here, my stop loss would go below or above the swing high or low. So in this case, it's going to go below, okay, the swing low. All right, so that would be over here. That's a huge stop loss. But for the sake of the back test, we're going to put it exactly where we said, on this swing low. And we're going to target a 2R. All right, 2R. And now we're going to play and see, okay, how it goes. We can speed that up a little bit. There we go. This is actually a scenario you'd want to avoid if you can. This is consolidating. So you don't want to really enter into any positions when price is consolidating unless you have a mean reversion system or playbook. All right, let's speed it up. Wow. What a great example for a first trade. It's a great way to learn. Look at this. Let's see what's going on with the bands. Oh, look at that. We caught a nice uptrend here. We do have some bearish fair value gaps here that its price is respecting. So let's see how it works. It needs to push through those fair value gaps. So let's see how it works. another thing you notice is that price is being defended over here. All right, so, oh, there we go. Gotcha. So we have our first winning trade. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to enter in our trade journal after each trade. You got to enter it into the journal. Otherwise, you know, what's the point? Our entry was on the 21st of November at 8:05. So we'll enter that on our sheet. So 21st of November and 8:05 a.m. All right. BTC. All right. And here it says do not edit. And now I'll enter the price. Double click on the position sizing tool. Okay. Entry price. Double click on that. Copy. Go onto my spreadsheet. And I'm going to enter the price. Okay. I'm also going to enter the stop loss. And I'm going to enter the exit price. And there we go. Okay, we got a nice 2R. Now let's continue. We have 100 to go. It's Wednesday at 6:50. Am I trading at this time? Yeah, I am. So let's see if we can find a position here. Okay, so I'm waiting for a MSB. Okay, this is a BOS. This is not an MSB. And why is that a BOS? Because it's an uptrend, so it's a trend, and it's broken structure to continue upwards. Okay. As you can see here, it's a BOS for it to be a market structure break and to go on the opposite direction. So in a downtrend, it will need to break this section here altogether. All right. All right. So let's continue. Play. Okay, I got it. Here we go. This is a clear MSB break of structure. As you can see here, we're trending up, up, up. We consolidate a little bit and then we trend down. And now I'm going to go one by one and I'm going to look for a inverse fair value gap. Okay, so let's go. Oh, there we go. I got my inverse fair value gap here. Okay, so my rules are an MSB, inverse fair value gap. I enter and I put my stop loss at the swing high or low. I need to put my stop loss up here. Now my target is 2R. All right, and there we go. And let's play this out and see how it goes. Play. Oh, there we go. We got stopped out. All right. Now we'll go back here to our sheet and we will enter, okay, the date, the 27th of November, 25. The time at 12 p.m. BTC. Okay, we leave this section blank. And here we'll enter the price, double click, entry price. Stop level. And because we were stopped out, we exit at the same price, okay? And here we have a -1R. And it is simple as that. Now I'm going to do a few more, but I'm going to speed up the videos. Let's go. then that is how you backtest the right way. It does take time, so you can't do 100 backtests or 50 backtests in one day or even maybe 1 week. But you can start with 5. If you dedicate a little bit of time every day to do a few backtests, you're going to learn so much about price. When you stare at something long enough, you're going to understand it eventually. One of the things that actually got me where I am today is backtesting. It is the foundation of everything you do. You're not gambling, you're testing and you're proving that this system works. There's a lot of things you're going to notice in the market that will make you better and better each time. And that is what you want to do. You want to get better. You want to go for mastery. So if you have any questions, drop it in the comment section below. I'm going to leave in the description a copy of the journal. Okay, so you can have that free journal to use. Make a copy of it and save it on your computer. I'm going to mention the indicators on there. You can go on to TradingView and search for it yourself. And that is it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and see you, as always, in the next one. Bye-bye.